the hottest pop culture stories of the day. Like, are we getting closer and closer to them dropping the whole season of Bachelorette? Plus, audio leaked from Summer House reunion, and Wes is not fired for the leak, even though there was a lot of rumors he was. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm JC.
And I'm Mike.
And we got to talk about Disney, which is always funny because you forget Disney is in charge of The Bachelorette, which in itself, I don't know if like when Disney was creating Disney, when he was doing the mouse drawing, if he thought someday, this will be mine as well. Well, as you know, Taylor Frankie Paul was scheduled to be the Bachelorette, and because of a video came out about a domestic her and her ex had, they canceled it 3 days prior. 3 days prior to the premiere on ABC, JC.
It was, people were waiting. People had in their schedules. People were sitting down, making the popcorn, and
it's funny. I'm so glad that you even mentioned that, too, because even though the audience was relatively, like, there was a lot of conversation of, I'm not watching it because this Bachelorette there was this whole police report. People know that this domestic happened. People, even if they would have read the police report or watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, would have known that all this happened because it was all public knowledge.
But the Disneyfied reality is you go, yeah, those things are true, but we know that this is okay. It's pasteurized enough in culture that this is going to be good because Disney has their stamp on it.
Yeah, and the audience even was like, there was a vocal crowd online that was claiming they wouldn't watch it, but for the most part, I do believe that people were probably going to watch this season.
Yeah.
And it probably would have done what they were hoping it would do, is like maybe not gotten bigger numbers, but a different audience would have been kind of then brought into the Bachelorette world.
I always love saying when you have people going, I'm so excited about this, and other people going, I'm not going to watch this, then you know you got something special.
That's such a good point. That's like a very good sign of like, there's something here. Well, now that we had the latest domestic assault, which was only a couple months ago, wrap up and the judge say, like, I'm not charging anyone with anything, including Taylor Frankie Paul, the execs at Disney are being asked what's going to happen to the unaired season of The Bachelorette. To which Rob Mills, who's a Disney exec, he said, we take everything a day at a time. We're sort of really processing everything and figuring it out, planning for the next cycles of the Bachelor franchise and just kind of looking at everything. He made it clear that one of the big things is prioritizing Taylor Frankie Paul's well-being. And he said, first and foremost, honestly, just making sure that Taylor and her family, everyone is being taken care of just on a personal and human front. And, there was questions around what are they going to be doing in the future. And he said that if any of the contestants on Paul's season will be passing out their own roses in season 30 of The Bachelor, Mills was like, yeah, we're open to anything. At this point, it's a hot mess. We haven't figured, he didn't say that part, but he's like literally going, I think you saw The Golden Bachelor. This is a phenomenal format that you can tell a different types of stories. So,
by not answering any of those questions, they just created a whole wider and longer runway for every Bachelor and Bachelorette fan and also everybody watching to go, what are they going to do? And they better do what I think they should do.
Yeah. And like, you're right. Like, that left the door a little open now where people are going, oh, there's a chance we could get this season at some point because they didn't say no. But if you're to comb through it all, they never say the word canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And they never said that they're not going to air it. We've just come to that conclusion. Like, headlines have been written up, The Bachelorette canceled, this and that. But the reality of it is like, there's still a chance that this thing is going to see the light of day.
The one thing he also later in that article and later in that interview did say is The Bachelor will indeed return next year.
Yes.
He made that comment that The Bachelor, not The Bachelor, The Bachelor will return next year. And he said, quote, better days are ahead for the franchise. If it was me, if it was thinking about what we're going to do, what should happen next with this project, I think finding a way to distinguish what happened in that season from the rest of Bachelor Nation would serve them really well. So whether this means The Bachelorette exposed, or The Bachelorette behind the scenes of Frankie.
I know, right?
Taylor Frankie Paul's season. Like, unless they do something like, I feel like something like that to really say, okay, this prestige franchise, whether it is or not, we believe it is. This prestige franchise is over here. This drama that happened on this season that's not going to get aired, that's over here in this box. I think that's important.
Well, and then it creates the autonomy too. Like if they do release the seasons, like, hey, we're releasing it, but we're also releasing something that balances out to say we acknowledge X.
Yeah.
And again, at the end of the day, then everybody gets what they want, and Bachelor Nation goes on.
Bachelor Nation is healed as a nation. The nation is less divided.
One nation under
Rose. Beautiful.
I will say we did get some other Taylor Frankie Paul news, and that is the fact that she has, whether this was somebody getting to her maybe at Disney or somebody who she's been working with from a PR standpoint, she has, for the first time that I think I remember ever, deleted her social media accounts. Both Instagram and TikTok have been deactivated.
And now keep in mind, this woman didn't delete her socials when there was the swinging scandal happening. Mm-hmm. When the domestic assault first happened, she stayed on socials and fought with anybody who would post. When the video recently came out, like, she's never stepped away from socials. To Mike's point, part of me feels like one of the execs in her ear saying, this is what we want to do. We need you to work with us, and we need you to, kind of quit fighting every battle in the comment section.
Yeah, we're going to get you through this, and here's what you're going to do. And then here's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then now we undeactivate those accounts and welcome back.
Welcome back, because we're all like goldfish when it comes to our memory. And then on top of it, I know they're going to continue filming The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives here soon, because that got put on hold as well.
And there's got a spinoff.
Oh,
You
yeah.
saw that news yesterday as well. They got a spinoff now, so it's going to be the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, like Orange County or something, right? Isn't that what I saw?
It was something. It was some where I went. Wait, I thought this is actually contingent on being on Salt Lake. But here's a fun fact: Salt Lake, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake, and the Real Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, none of them are really Mormon anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because they all do the things that we want to watch on TV, which I don't know if they were following the rules of being a Mormon, it would be a show anyone would watch. And I don't mean it disrespectfully, but there's a lot of rules, to which means there's not a lot of exciting things that reality TV fodder. Okay, let's head on over to a far more highbrow station. Bravo, where I live and die. Peacock, baby. Summer House reunion is happening. They filmed it last night, to which 10 hours of grueling, emotional, exhausting questioning went down. They will take that 10 hours and they will weave it into the reunion, which I'm guessing will be in 3 parts, 3 hours, because when they can milk it, they milk it. That's coming out mid-May. Well, we have audio that leaked from the reunion taping. I know. And let me tell you, it's not like, hey, is this my spot? When are we having lunch? It's the good stuff. I don't like how my voice went. It's the good stuff. It is the heat of the argument of Amanda Petula, West Wilson, and Sierra Miller talking about the way things went down. I loved it. I know we're not supposed to listen to it, and it's naughty. And Daddy Cohen, who's my leader and savior, was really, I'm just disgusting and it's illegal. And these people laid out their souls for emotional, roller coaster for 10 hours. I get it, Andy. I get it. But if you feed me a little, I'll eat now and I'll eat later. So don't worry, I'll be there. In fact, we're having a party here at work for your reunion. It's fine.
Andy will hold both hands of this conversation, as he always does. It's like, yes, and also, yes. No more, and yes, no, and now tune in.
How dare you be so accurate?
I just love that there's this much reunion drama already out. We're going to need to have a reunion for the reunion.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's going to be the third episode. Is they're all going to get back together next week to talk about who leaked it, because there's lots of rumors about who this could be, including the fact that there was this whole internet rumor that this was West.
Yeah.
West?
Also, Mike, reunion of the reunion. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I just want to put a
need
bookmark in there. That's our idea. We're doing that. Okay, yes. Tell us about West.
It sounds like there was this whole online chatter that Wes was actually the person who uses his phone or used whatever to obtain this audio and then ultimately release it. According to a source talking to TMZ, nobody has been fired and they have no findings at this point. Keep in mind, this just happened earlier today. So TMZ's source basically said, this is a full internal investigation that begun just a few hours ago. We're looking to see all the different layers of who is involved in this analysis. Nothing is completed, and we probably will not have anything later today or even into the weekend. So again, there's going to be some time, but they just wanted to make it very clear. At this point, Wes has not been fired, and it's not their belief that he was the one who did it.
And don't get me wrong.
It could be.
I'm not pretending like it is or isn't West. But why would he do that? You know what I mean? Like, if you're thinking just purely on motivations, what would he gain from? Like, this is all going to be aired. Why would you leak it? Like, maybe if you're recording it, being like, this is what really happened or something weird like that. But, like, to the turnaround to leaking it is that quickly would be like, what are you? I would be shocked if this was West to be like, tell me your motivations.
Well, and that's it. Like you just went to the rationalization of, like, not only did this happen, but why did this happen, and who would have the gall to go ahead and be like, oh, this could blow up a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time.
Yeah,
which just makes you go, whew, let's watch what happens, huh?
Watch what happens live.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, while you are watching this on Hot to Go, we are getting some live updates, including TMZ has caught up with none other than Kyle Cook. And Kyle,
tell me, is Carl still a mess?
Kyle Cook is like, Carl was a mess
First
at
off,
the reunion. No, he didn't say that.
Step one, Carl's a mess.
But he did say very clearly, he's like, there is absolutely no way any one of the people on the show were the ones to do this, because he said our phones were so tucked into the pillows and between the cushions so they wouldn't be caught on camera.
Yeah.
Like, we all had our phones, but they were all put in a place that could not be seen by the cameras. There was no way, especially during this very tense moment during the reunion show while they were filming, that somebody casually reached into their phone and started recording. So this was somebody on the production side of things, somebody on the crew.
Yeah, I mean, that's like 101 when they have the reunions and they want to pull up their phones for proof. They have to like go into the cushions to grab it because they want to make sure it's never in the shot.
Yeah.
It would be, that's a great point. I will say the audio does sound like kind of little bit like it could be not like under a pillow, but like maybe farther, a step back maybe. Like you said, the crew, like.
He went on to say it wasn't the hair and makeup teams. They were in the back, and they were in the dressing rooms. They were allowed to be on set. So he's basically going
the
one
list
by
is
one.
Like cross.
All the people it could be.
We're playing Clue now, where you just
Yes.
have to like process of eliminate. It wasn't this. It's like that. It's we're a Glass Onion now.
Yes.
Where he's going through the
I
people.
was going to
It's
say
nuts.
it feels Glass Onion, but also this explains Daddy Andy's like response by going, this is our response from Bravo. It's like they would not do that if it was someone who's very much within the narrative.
Yeah.
So it's like cameraman number 4. Boom guy, watch out. Here we go.
Boom mic, totally. He had literally a cell phone also attached to the boom mic.
Duct tape to the,
He's like, I got a side hustle. Somebody said they'd want this audio. It's also like, I love that Andy Cohen's coming out so hard, but it really doesn't matter. Like, I can't pretend like either they leaked it, Bravo, and Andy's acting because it like gets more people excited. But anybody who heard that audio, yes, it was interesting, and I'm like, but I'm not like, that's enough for me now that I heard how that conversation went. It's maybe a minute long, and it doesn't give you enough to be like, if you're a Bravo fan, if you're watching this, you're watching this.
Yep.
So don't worry, Andy. Calm down, Dad. Also, I love you so much. Speaking of somebody who loves somebody, Nikki Glazer, she is making the rounds because she's got a big old special coming out tonight. Is that right, Mike? You said you're going to
today, yeah.
Yeah, you're watching it this weekend
On Hulu called, I believe, Good Girl.
And we know that she killed it at the 83rd Annual Golden Globes. It was her second year doing it, and she was great. One of the things she did is she roasted Leo. Kind of. She went to go kind of make fun of him about dating younger people and then went on that that whole tirade around like, Leo, I'm sorry I made that joke. It's cheap. I just literally know nothing about you except from this Teen Beat magazine in 91. Is your favorite food still pasta? Pasta and more pasta? So when Nikki Glaser was on The Tonight Show, she was like, I'm pretty sure Leo wants to hit it because he sent me 3 baskets of pasta.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this is so Nikki Glaser. This would be me too. Like, pretty sure he's in love with me. Remember the time we got that coconut cake and I was pretty sure that Tom Cruise sent it to us?
Yep. You were convinced.
It was not. It was Stephanie Bourne.
Now I know not to bring Brittany noodle salad when I hop back in.
I'd assume you will. I think this was the long game, JC, for how long you've been. Like, just ask me out. I'd go out with you in a second.
Macaroni salad. Yes, please.
Yes. I'm coming off creepy. I'm so sorry. It also doesn't help that like JC's gorgeous. If you know he's on the YouTube, it's fine.
Us.
Okay. But it was very funny, very much so, acknowledging like Leo, not only he has such a sense of humor that he probably just got a big old kick out of this. Send her some noodles. And again, Nikki's making the rounds because she's got her special coming out.
Yeah, it's the first time she's worked with Hulu for a comedy special. It dropped earlier today. It's an hour-long one that was taken at the fabulous Fox Theater in St. Louis, which is her hometown. And this is where she was joking last time she was on with Kelly and Mark, basically just like, it's wild because now, my hometown dentist gets to learn all about my sex life. My childhood dentist. So,
JC, we were talking, it's like, man, how many plus ones did she have to give to her mom and dad? They, the Johnsons down the street want to come. And you're like, oh, God, I babysat their kids and the disgusting jokes that I'm about to make.
Just like put them all on the balcony so I could just look down in shame.
Yes, exactly.
It's hot to blow.
At this point, we head on over to Mike Ganger, the blind item expert. What secret on the internet might be the next to blow?
Well, he's creating, he basically created an entire app. All of Paramount Plus is created by and run by Taylor Sheridan's mind, essentially, with all the different shows he has on there. He's the man behind the Yellowstone universe. He's behind Mayor of Kingstown. He's behind the Lioness show. He's got Tulsa King. He's got them all. Right now, you're probably seeing his show Marshals on CBS or maybe any of those spinoffs of Yellowstone because there's like 7 of them. Well, one of those spinoffs just got some news today that the Dutton Ranch, this is the one that I would say of all the spinoffs is the most anticipated. It is the one that stars the relationship we had in Yellowstone that I think more people cared about than any other.
Including their own.
That is Beth and Rip.
Yes. I even know about Beth and Rip, and I've never watched Yellowstone.
That's Cole Hauser in a cowboy hat with those black aviators. And then, and Kelly Riley, excuse me.
Yes.
Her Beth is just, they're perfect together.
Oh, it's amazing. Again, I've watched so many clips of her like fighting with people or like saying the meanest thing possible. I love her. Don't know anything about her. I love her.
Well, the blind item and the hot to blow story is we know Taylor Sheridan's been difficult to work with in the past. We've heard rumors, I guess, about this, and we do have some actual examples of it. But there's a belief now, and again, these are the blind items talking, but maybe it's tied to his steroid use and roid rage a little bit.
What?
Because he is having some very difficult times keeping showrunners around his show. And we've already had an issue when it came to the show I mentioned before, Tulsa King. You may remember the last season of Tulsa King aired without a showrunner. He just bailed right beforehand. Well, we just got a report that Variety confirmed that Chad Fium is stepping away as showrunner after the first. Actually, he was let go as showrunner after the first season of the Dutton Ranch. So this is the spinoff that we haven't even gotten yet. It's 3 weeks away.
And like, keep in mind, be it even if he walked away or got fired, this is a job where you get paid a lot of money. So like, especially, who was the person you said walked away was Tulsa King?
Yes, the Tulsa King
it's like,
showrunner, they lost,
If he walked away from whatever page, that's crazy money.
Now, the report is claiming that Riley, Hauser, and Sheridan, plus the boss of 101 Studios, David Glasser, were all, quote, unsatisfied with Feehan's handling of production upon the completion of the first season of the show, and that is why they ultimately decided to let him go. Technically, he's credited as the creator of the series, even though the characters are based off of characters created by Taylor Sheridan and John Linson. So, but the idea is here, and I guess where the blind item might take a little cheap shot at Taylor Sheridan is he's gone through quite the transformation in the last few years. If you ever saw him when he was on Sons of Anarchy, he had a look. And now when he made his most recent appearance on one of his own shows, that guy is massive.
Really?
He is he spent a lot of time in the gym one way or the other. But again, this idea that he's already been hard to work with and maybe now for other reasons might be even worse to work with.
He's just like...
That's a lot of boiled chicken to grow that much naturally.
Yes.
He's ripped.
There is not yeah.
He is Rip.
Exactly.
Step aside. We've got our new ripping down. Oh, my God. That man it doesn't look like the same person.
Yeah, at 55 years old, in the last 10 years, his body has changed in a massive, massive way. So people are, and there's a little, I don't know if you're into the workout world, there's like this gut thing that they say you get when you're doing the steroid. I don't know what it is. Never done it myself, but sounds like he might be, and that is maybe why he's been so difficult to work with in these past couple of big-time shows.
He also hates sleeves now.
He does. Not a fan of them. Why would you with those arms?
I know. He said, never will I cage these bad boys again.
Keep in mind, after he finishes with his run on Paramount Plus, he is getting paid $1 billion to head over to Peacock and do the same thing over there for Universal.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I will say, though, if anybody can handle runners leaving and, like, if he went head to head with
Kevin
Costner, who was like, you're being an a-hole, and he's like, I know, and guess what? I run this town. Taylor Sheridan would be the one that could get away with it. Like, and I hate to say it because, like, you know, being difficult or whatever is not a great attribute. Now, you're probably still an a-hole and you still have to go to bed in your $1 million home and look in that mirror at yourself and your ripped body. Oh my God, do I want to be Taylor Sheridan at this point?
Rough life.
You know, but like, he can.
He
can throw his now massive weight around because he makes all the money for the shows he makes. People, I mean, it's crazy amount of money and like what he can put out and like keep just knocking and out these episodes one right after the other. No, he hasn't missed and like doesn't miss a beat, like continues season after season and then like branch after branch off and people love them all. And you go, I've never seen this prolific of a creator in TV before in like that I can recall.
Now, from a busy standpoint, you got Ryan Murphy, but this is a guy Ryan Murphy's got plenty of people who criticize his work. This guy everybody who loves it, loves everything he does.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's Hot Mess.
Oh, hot mess. Nike just did it. And nobody wanted them to. So it was Boston Marathon this week on Monday, the biggest day for runners on the planet. And Nike put up this poster in Boston. Runners welcome, walkers tolerated.
They said, burn.
No, in this world where shaming people for anything is getting less and less popular, the world said, nope, sorry, Nike, take it down. And here was Nike's response. During race week in Boston, we put up a series of signs to encourage runners. One of them missed the mark. We took it down and we'll use this moment to do better and continue showing up for all runners. In this world where people have enough to deal with, having big brands go ahead and make you feel small when you're attempting to do something big isn't working well.
JC, I do have to note, they said we're going to show up for all runners. They still aren't here for the walkers.
Nope. And that's it. Like, I will tell you, runners walk. Runners also sleep and lay down and crawl and all those other things too.
Wow.
I've seen it with my eyes.
I realize that.
Yeah.
I've seen them trip.
Yeah. It's the beautiful thing about this sport, right? We do all the things. Like, runners don't simply run.
It's so funny. And JC, I'm so glad you brought this. And like, I love that Nike had to go to a place of like, we will continue to try to do better. And it's like, this is just so silly because I'm sure, honestly, I would think about 90%, maybe more, maybe like 98% of your shoes are not bought for running.
And if you look at Nike's history in the last 10, 15 years, they have lost the share.
Yeah.
They have lost the athlete. And this is, I guarantee you, part of their, hey, we're going to put this out there is they know this is going to create some buzz and get some of the runners who thought that this poster was okay to go and be like, okay, well, I'm on Team Nike now.
Yeah. I hate when I have to tolerate a walker. What? Oh, you're weird for that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're running at lightning speed. Like, nobody did. You always have enough time. If you're that fast, you won't be seeing me walk. So you're fine. Like,
well, and that's it. Like the running boom is happening, and people who run marathons regularly, the ones who are kind of elitist and don't want other people around, they're really mad that all of a sudden every major marathon, like London is looking at adding a second day, doing London Marathon, which has 55, 60,000 people. They're going to add a second day because they could literally have 120,000 people running. Runners, quote, people who don't want slow runners around. They're really mad at this.
that's such a wild
It's
thing
wild.
to be mad about.
It's bonkers.
And that's why it's our hot mess, hands down.
mess.
Hey, tell us in the comments section, did Nike do a big one? Did they, you think, get the publicity they want? Or honestly, Nike need a timeout? You need a body break. What do you think? Throw it in the comment section. We'd love to hear it because Hot to Go is on YouTube. Share it, like it, send to a friend.